Alright, so this is our square bale feeder. It works perfectly to throw in. This fits one square bale. I could probably throw two in there, to be honest, but I don't, because horses are pigs and they'll miss it all. So I thought I would go over how this is built. So we started out purchasing, these are 4x4s, and 4 of them 6 feet high. And that's the height of this. And then we also use 2x4s, plywood sheets, and these 4x4 fencing. I'll talk about that in a minute. And then at the very bottom, hi Artemis, these are 2x6s that I use for skids so that we can move it around a little bit easier. That way horses don't stay on the dirt or in the mud. We can move it onto the dirt. And then other accessories I have on here: latch of your choice and 2 hinges. Okay, so how we built this, we like I said, 4 4x4s cut at 6 feet high, and those are connected to by this board here. So a 2x4, however wide you want your feeder. I believe this is 4 feet wide, so 1 on each side. And then those are connected by let's see, and then we've got these, so on each side. So you need to make sure to leave a space so you can insert a piece of plywood. And so then you can slide your plywood in, and then to make sure it doesn't slide out, I put these boards crosswise, and I did it so that they're overlapping slightly. And then let's see, I've also got a 2x4 in here. So that goes along the entire length, and that's so that I had something stable to staple the feeder portion into. And those I just connected using fence staples, which were kind of a pain in the ass to put in, but then those are attached up, and then I attach those up there. I ended up having to cut some holes in here because the horses were having a harder time getting hay out than I thought they would, which I'm not sure if they were just being silly or that's what they really were having a hard time with. And so when I cut it, though, it leaves those sharp edges, and so I ended up having to take an angle grinder and grind those down. These other ones I haven't gotten to yet. Other features here to make it easier for me to take the bales in and out, I put a latch in right here, and so that I can easily put hay in and out. I don't have to throw it over the top. I'm about 5 feet tall, so I do not have the height to throw bales over. And then I just attach those onto some skids. I do believe the skids are about 4 feet long. I believe this is 4 feet wide, 3 feet wide by 4 feet long, 6 feet high. Those boards are 4 foot long, and they also add a little bit of extra stability. Some other features that I added. So I've got a little pony on a diet. So I put in these hooks, and I hook buckets to it for the bigger horses so that they can eat their grain and the pony can't reach it. So I just hang a bucket from there and then But yeah, that's what I've got. I guess to build the door, I just used a piece of plywood again. I did line it with a furring strip so that the hinges would have a better attachment. And then I also put a piece of plywood over on this side. I might end up taking that this piece of plywood off and replacing it with more of this 4x4 squares, or an 8x8 squares, whatever I've got available. Just because now, when I built this, I only had 2 horses, and now that I'm feeding 4 of them, I'm having to throw a pile on the ground because our little pony is protective of her hay feeder. So we put some on the ground so that Apollo can have some hay too, because he has a tendency, pony chases him off, and she can reach this just fine. So height-wise, I believe this is about 3 feet, maybe 3.5 feet high, is what I put it at. So I think I would like it a little bit shorter, but not enough to go back and change it. We also do use this for a grain feeder also. The pony can kind of reach that, so I don't use that as much. But that is our hay feeder. I'm not sure if we're going to be using it this year. Now with 4 horses, I'm thinking I'm going to be buying a bunch more round bales just because we have some very severe winters. Moving that many square bales out here is going to be difficult in the winter time. So I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do with this. We'll probably pull it somewhere, or maybe sell it. I don't know. But now we've got to come up with something for a round bale feeder.